Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Future's Blitz. And yeah, it's that time in the week again. It's a time to look at your aces in our gallery, this time for the first week of February. And I've made a change. We're just going to be doing the derp. We're just looking at big, derpy guns. And first and foremost, we've got a good friend of mine, Wid, one of the Clan 49 div, rolling out in the derp monster. That is the Tier 6 Russian KV2, the tank everybody loves to hate. If you're driving it and you're on a roll, you love it. If you're on the opposition and you're in a VK28, for example, you're gonna hate it. But let's get a few things straight about this tank. First and foremost, it's not OP. The dispersion on this thing is absolutely dreadful. The load time is a mind-bending 17 seconds. It has absolutely zero gun depression. And if you're in a low-profile tank, for example, like an AMX, you can get right next to it. It can't hit you. It can ram you, but that's about it. The turret rotation speed is slow as heck. You can circle to death this thing while it's still reloading. It's not the easiest tank to drive, but that's the trade-off of having this massive derpy gun that can wipe out a tank in one shot. It's that simple, guys. I mean, if you had a derpy... Look at this, look at this, look at this. Look. Boom, Shanker, bye, 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 bye. That's the trade-off. You're slow, you're cumbersome. If you're too far away, you can't snipe in this thing. I mean, the dispersion is just truly horrific. But you can do stuff like that. You can waste people in one shot. Now, Wid one had the HE loaded there, stuck it into the back of that little AMX, set him on fire, and he's gone. It's simple. I mean, this is why everybody thinks this tank is OP. Everybody thinks this tank is a pleasure to drive. It's actually one of the trickiest tier 6s. I mean, oh, here we go. What are you going to do? Come on, VK. In a VK, I tell you, it's just not fun being in front of a KV2 in a VK28. I mean, it's light as heck, it's got thin armor, and the VK is always going to waste you. Okay, he wasn't on full HP, but even if he was on full HP, I reckon the VK would have got him. Here comes the SU-100. Hello, goodbye. It is a rude tank, and when you play it this well, and when you've got the game going, and when you've got the targets like that close to you, the gun is very, very effective. When you've got the targets miles away from you, however, it's pot luck. I mean, it's a 50-50, 50% chance that it's going to go somewhere else. Okay, you know, completely onto the opposite side of the map from where you're aiming, and 50% that you're going to hit and get a good roll. It's one of those tanks, and it's not an easy tank to get to grips with, and people think it is. You know, I've seen people. You know, the armor's not spectacular on this. It's got a KV1 chassis, which acts like a normal KV1, but that colossal battleship gun turret is pretty thin, to be honest with you. And okay, the front side, the mantle is quite tough, but the sides and the back, I mean, you can pen that easily. You could throw stones at it and it'll pen. It's absolutely not an OP tank, but it does have the ability of, I mean, look at this, I mean, 500 tracks him, oh, it's brilliant. It does have the ability to scare the bejesus out of people on the battlefield. Well, it doesn't need to, because it's actually not as dangerous as people think. Anyway, I'd like to thank Wid, 149 div, for kindly sharing that replay with us. It was fantastic to watch you play the KV2, and it's a well-deserved mastery, mate. Well, we've just shy of 4,000 damage and 4 kills. Well-deserved medal indeed. And next up, we've got Ottokar 14 of the Clan PHOBO rolling out, and the American Derp Meester at Tier 8, the T49 light tank, sporting a very nice ladder attachment, which for the life of me I have no idea what it's for, because you can probably jump onto the top of this thing. You don't need a ladder, unless of course you're very, very small. Anyway, this is another one of those tanks that you either love it or you hate it. Unlike the KV2, this is a light tank, which means it has absolutely zero armor, but it does have a derp gun, like that. 700 straight into that drac. I mean, a lot of people say this tank is OP. It's not. I mean, you can waste this in next to no time because it has no armor. It's got a fantastic engine and it's got some amazing mobility. The gun itself, well, it's quite a long reload. In fact, I did a review on the T49, and if you click the little right-hand boxy type thing in the right-hand corner, you'll go to that review. I did a review on this. I like this tank. It is absolutely mad. I mean, this thing is a crazy, crazy tank. It really, really is. You can run around the battlefield madder than a bag of badgers. I mean, this thing is just obscene. It's just fantastic. The gun itself, okay, the aim time is a bit meh because it's a derp gun and it takes a long time for that reticle to come down. The dispersion, wow, it's a derp gun, so the dispersion is all over the place as well. I mean, if your target, look at that Scorpion G, goodbye. I mean, if your target stays still long enough, then yeah, you know, you're going to get a great shot. If you're going to hit something on the move, well, you know, that's 50-50. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get it, but it is 50-50. Sniping-wise, seriously, I mean, it's difficult to snipe in this thing. Oh, look at that. Goodbye. He's already got 2 kills and over 2,000 damage. It's a brilliant tank. Thing is, it's like the KV2 in a lot of respects. You've got to be relatively close to your targets to get that dispersion down. I mean, the dispersion on it is like all derp guns, quite crazy. If you're close enough, however, it doesn't matter. You don't need to aim, do you? Just point the gun and shoot. And if you're losing HE, you don't matter what modules you hit because you're going to cause damage. And if you've got a light enough tank in front of you, that damage is magnified to, you know, you can wipe them out in one shot almost. And this is the thing about these derp guns that people don't understand. There's no good sniping in them, guys. They're not TDs, not these types, not the KV2 and not the T49. The accuracy is not that good. Now, as you can see here, Otokar is 730 into that ball, so you guys, it's just brilliant. I mean, Otokar here, he's got 2 tanks left. He's got the Louvre and he's got the Borsig. The Borsig is pushing, bless him, but he's pushing too far. He's a light tank, you know, he's light-skinned anyway, and he's gone 2 shots, and he's wasted just the Louvre left. I mean, the Louvre's down to a knacker of HP. Okay, he can wipe out the T49 in 1 shot, but it just T-shot. Look, you don't need to aim, just point and shoot when you're this close, and it's all over. 4 kills, 4,000 damage. I mean, about 4,778 damage, in fact, because the Scorpion G didn't register during the game because he dropped off the map. Fantastic mastery, and a big congrats to Otokar 14 on getting that one, because it's a tricky tank to get an ace in. Anyway, last but by no means least, good friend of mine, Fizzy11. Okay, so this is not really your strictest in the sense of the word derp gun, but it is, and this is the ISU 152, the Russian Tier 8 TD. And it has got a derpy gun. I mean, this gun causes a shed load of pain. Unlike some of the others, this is not a question of, you know, the big derps of KV2 T49 territory or 183. But it has the ability to knock out a shed load of pain with this massive, massive gun. I love the ISU 152. I mean, I recently did a Raz's Hall of Fame, which Fizzy11 was in also, again in his ISU. And the thing about this tank is, you can actually be quite aggressive in it. It's an interesting tank. It's got that funky Russian armor. And okay, if you look on the armor profile, then it doesn't look that, it looks paper thin. But actually it's not. If you wiggle it and jiggle it enough in front of the target, obviously that screws up your aiming profile, but you can get bounces. So you can play this aggressively, but it also does this. I mean, this is what it's designed to do. 700 straight into the side of the IS-6. The IS-6 is gone. I mean, it's just a beautiful tank. And you know, this is a TD that you don't sit at the back in camping realistically. I mean, look at that, another 900 straight into that bulldog. I mean, the poor bulldog stuck his nose around the corner and got almost 1,000 damage taken off him for his troubles. This is why this tank is fantastic. I mean, Fizz has already done over 2,000 damage. He hasn't killed anything yet, but he's done 2,000 damage. I mean, 2 shots, realistically. This is why it's a derp master. It is a derpy gun. I mean, it's, look at that, see, bounce that. Massive bounce there, huge bounce there. And this is what you can do in this thing. This is why you can sort of almost frontline it. And I say almost, I'm saying you only bounce that SU up there. Look, oh, look at this, stick your nose up a little bit more. No, go on, stick your nose up. Oh, I'm going to bounce your turret, that's not fair. Stick your nose in the air. Let me take a shed load of HP away from you. Oh, maybe not. Let's have a look at the SU. SU, come round, bye-bye. It's a great tank. Fizz's first kill. Still on just over 2,000 damage, not a problem. He's killed a tank. Oh, hello. What are you going to do, VK? Are you going to walk into my HP? Of course you are. 540 odd damage. Kill number 2. I love this tank. And when you can play it like this, and when you can play it this well, it's a dream tank for the driver. And it's a nightmare tank for the opposition. I mean, this thing, this thing's got a fantastic reload of just over 12 seconds. And it's got a gun that knocks out a shed load of damage. Forget your KV2s with their massive reloads, crap dispersion, and rubbishly aim times. Give me this thing any day of the week. Okay, so it's 2 tiers higher, but that's not the point. I mean, this thing is borderline OP, realistically, because of this gun. It's not OP, and it's balanced because the armor and the mobility and everything else balances it out. I mean, you can circle of death this thing if you're in a light medium tank without too much difficulty, as long as you stay away from the big pointy end, because that's where all the pain comes from. And this tank is just like a walking predator quote machine from Jesse Ventura. Look at this. Oh, Painless is waiting. Feel the hurt. I mean, poor T-34-1. He really felt the hurt there. Over 4,000. Kill number 3. Panther 2. Oh, wow. You're not long for this world, my friend. You're only on 27 hit points, and the world of pain has just got you. Kill number 4. 4,572 damage. 1 tank left. And at the moment, it's a bit of a tussle between Fizzy 11's Toon Mate and the tussle in tank. And oh, look, is he going to get there in time to get kill number 5? No, I don't think so. I mean, the guy's down to next to nothing now. It's all over apart from the screaming. What a fantastic game. And this is why I love the ISU 152, because it's just a pleasure to drive. Anyway, guys, that has been the Doing the Derp for the Aces of the Week. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Big thanks to Wid1, 49 Div, Ottercar 14 of PHOBO, and Fizzy11 of Spawn for kindly sharing their replays with us. Guys, it's been a pleasure to watch you get your masteries in these derpy guns out there. I mean, it's just been fantastic to watch. Anyway, that's enough of the Aces gallery for the derp guns. There's still more to come with even more Aces, so stay tuned. Please, if you haven't yet, press subscribe, because it's a nice thing to do. And by all means, send your replays to me at fujitsblitz@gmail.com. And you can also comment and like below. That would be nice also. Anyway, guys, until the next time, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because that's what it's all about, fun and happiness.